So whatever height you want to use your blocks, again, you can do the lowest height and then maybe the medium height, okay, for your pillow block. Or you can go a little bit higher for a little bit deeper of a chest opener. So I'm going to start on the medium height, so my block's just sideways, and then I'm going to put the pillow block on the highest level. Okay, the highest one, just to rest my head on. And we'll lower down, supporting our shoulder blades and up, and then our head will rest on this nice little pillow block. And again, you can do this with a pillow if you don't have blocks, or if you only have one block, right? You can use the block just under your shoulders. Just make sure your head has a nice place to rest. And then you can choose whatever you want to do with your legs. Okay. Knees can stay bent. Legs can go straight. Soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide. Okay. Yeah, I guess you could even do a little knock knee action too. If you want to practice that internal rotation, you can do that. Okay, just whatever feels, somewhat relaxing, and more importantly, what feels grounded. And we'll start by practicing a little an Ujjayi breath exercise. So first we'll start by filling up and breathing in through our nose and exhaling out through our mouth. Inhaling in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. Inhaling in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. Inhaling in. Exhaling out through your mouth. And one more just like that. Inhaling in. Exhaling out through your mouth. And then we're going to inhale in through our nose. We'll start by exhaling out through our mouth. And then about halfway through your exhale, seal your lips and finish the exhale out through your nose. So it's just like a little half a Ujjayi breath. So inhaling in through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. About halfway, seal your lips and finish the exhale out through your nose. Inhaling in through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. Halfway, seal your lips. Finish the exhale out through your nose. Inhaling in. Exhaling out through your mouth. Seal your lips. Finish the exhale out through your nose. And take just about, 2 or 3 more breaths just like this. And of course, you can always come back to this breath, our little halfway breathing, at any, point in the practice where you feel like you lose, the breath, the rhythm of your breath. You can always do these half Ujjayi breaths. But when you're ready, we'll start to just breathe in through the nose, and then we'll exhale out through the nose. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. Okay. And, you hear, in the yoga practice, when you exhale out through your nose, you always want to create this vibration or ha-like quality with your breath, which is really just like if you were going to like clean your glasses, right? You go to make some steam with your mouth and then, kind of clean your glasses. And it doesn't have to be that loud or that dramatic, but it can just have like this subtle rhythm and that subtle vibration that maybe just you hear when you exhale out through your nose. And you can practice that. Maybe it's on just a few exhales, maybe it's on every single one, but just starting to find that vibration on the exhale. Okay, and then take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose, and then let's exhale out through our mouth. Okay. And you can keep your eyes closed, or you're welcome to open them up if you'd like, and stretch your arms up over your head, just gently back behind you. Okay, and then we're just gonna circle our arms just around. Okay, pick whatever direction works best for you. And I'm kind of in a little bit of a tight space here. So maybe your arms are straight, maybe they're bent. Just move nice and slow, and really think about this being a nice big shoulder opener, that you're creating space in your chest and in your shoulders. And only move to your range or what feels good on your body. Right, so like notice if you're like twinging, or if you feel like a little tweak in your shoulder, and make your circles maybe smaller so that it feels good. So they don't have to be these large circles, they can just be any size circle. Okay, and then let's slowly reverse the circle. Wherever you're at, slowly just start to find that space. Again, going in your range, and maybe in this direction you can move differently. Okay, maybe you have to move smaller. Good. Right, I'm like running into like my plants. I just want to make sure like I'm careful with my space. So again, just be mindful of your space. Great. Okay, when you feel like you've had enough, you'll slowly lower your arms down by your side, and we'll gently just roll off to one side. Okay, it doesn't matter your right or your left. And you really just roll over so that you can clear the space behind you. Okay, so you'll move your blocks out of the way, your pillow out of the way, and you'll gently make your way back onto your back. Okay, and again, pick any leg position you want to be in, and just take a moment just noticing like that space that you created in your upper back, in your shoulders, and your neck. Okay, I'm like noticing like a little more space in between my shoulder blades, and actually a little bit more in my ribs as well. Okay, so just tune in, check in real quick, and then go ahead and move your arms into cactus arms. And we'll gently, if your legs are straight, you'll bend your knees, and we'll do little window wipers here, just shifting around from side to side. And again, these can be big, they can be small, whatever your body is craving. Is really like the theme of class tonight. Okay, just move in a way that feels good, move in a way that your body's asking you to show up in a way. Yeah, listen to it. Okay, great. And then the next time you're over onto the right side, roll over completely onto the right and stack your knees, stack your hips, and have your knees just about 90 degrees as best as you can. And we're gonna prop ourselves up. And again, this is totally optional. You can keep your head down, but we're gonna prop ourselves up onto our forearm. Okay, and again, you can choose, your little yoga adventure here. And we're gonna take this top leg, the left leg, and we're gonna float it. And we're gonna try to keep it in one nice little shelf here so that the ankle, the knee, and the hip are all in line with each other. And we're gonna just do 10 circles. And again, they can be whatever size in one direction. So just circling that top leg. Okay, and you can kind of keep count here. And maybe, I'm going a little bit faster. Maybe you're going slower. Okay, just go at your own pace. Good. And then we'll reverse the circles, and we'll do 10 circles in the opposite direction. Good. Okay. And then after your 10th one, you're going to hold it up, find a nice neutral position. We're going to flex the ankle and point the toes. And again, take your time, right? Go at your own pace. We're just flexing and pointing that top foot. Good. Flexing and pointing. And again, your arms can really be anywhere you want to. I've been kind of playing with having my arm in front. I've also been kind of adding my arm onto my leg, which makes it a little bit harder. You can have your hand on your hip. Okay, arm up, whatever feels good for you here. Okay, good. Okay, and then from here, you're gonna point your toes. You're gonna float your knee up towards the sky. Toes point down. So a little external rotation, and then we'll move into internal rotation. So knee down, toe up as best as you can. Good, and then knee up, toes down, knee down, toes up. Good, and just moving in this way. Okay, just nice and gentle. Okay, we're not gonna like go too crazy. We're not gonna do a ton of these, but just want you to kind of find this internal, external rotation. And breathe, stabilizing the hip. Good, let's just do 2 more. Good. Awesome, okay, and then just go and relax that leg down. And then we're just gonna go to the other side, okay? So you can just roll over onto your back, roll over onto your left side. I'm just gonna switch around, so again, I'm still facing you all, but either way is fine. I'm gonna prop myself back up onto my forearm, and again, your choice if you wanna keep your head down. Legs in about 90 degrees as best as you can. We'll take this top leg, we'll float it up, a little shelf here, and then we'll do 10 circles. Okay, and again, these can be small, they can be big. Okay, just kind of notice, like, is your whole body wanting to move around? Can you just move your leg? Can you feel stable and supported here? Good, no clicking, no popping, right? So you want to show up in a good way here, good. I totally lost count. Okay, that feels like 10, so we'll reverse the circle. Sometimes it's nice to go off sensation as well, too. Good, about 5 more. Good, and I know for me, this side's already like a little tired just because of, the supporting leg we just worked. Okay, keeping your leg in neutral, floating still, and then just flexing and pointing through that right foot. Just flex and point. Good. And breathe, don't forget to breathe. Good, and we'll end by pointing the toes, and then knee up, toes down, a little external rotation, and then knee down, toes up, internal rotation, and then knee up, good, knee down, and again, just moving in this external rotation, internal rotation, just back and forth, again, just nice and slow, feeling nice and stable again. And then again, we'll do about 2 more, okay? Nice and easy. Good, last one. And then lower your leg down, and then we're just gonna make our way onto the front of our body, onto our stomachs. Okay, so we're just gonna roll over onto our tummies. And go ahead and lower your head down into your hands, gently bend your knees, and we'll do little window wipers here on our stomach. And then slowly straighten your legs out onto the mat. Coming up into Sphinx pose, elbows and forearms down. Pressing down into your hands to lift up through your chest and your heart. And just breathe. And actually, let's look a little bit from side to side here, really slow. Notice if it changes anything in your back, in your shoulders. Can you still press down and lift up nice and tall? Good, 1 more to each side. Good, look forward, drop your chin to your chest, and then gently lower all the way down, hands under the forehead again. Sphinx pose, second back bend, elbows and forearms down, pressing down into your hands, lifting up through your chest. Good, this time we're gonna add right ear to right shoulder, so we're just moving our head sideways. Good, and then left ear to left shoulder. Woo. Noticing if one side's tighter. Good, and we'll just go back and forth again, really slow in this way. And I actually really enjoy holding these side tilts a little bit more than just passing through them. But again, your choice of how you want to move. Good, and then left ear to left shoulder. And then I'm just going to move through that 1 more time on each side. Again, pausing for a moment to feel a nice stretch. Good, and then left ear to left shoulder, pausing for a moment, breathing. Good. Head back in line with your spine, drop your chin to your chest, and then gently lower down, hands under the forehead, and breathe. Okay, and then here's our third back bend. Okay, so your choice. If you want to come up into feast pose again, awesome. Okay, if you want to go a little bit deeper, maybe you come into cobra. You can also press on up into upward facing dog. So I'm gonna kind of do a little half and half just because this is what's been making my back feel really good. So I'm in like, like an upward facing dog, but my knees are down. So it's more like a, upright cobra. Okay, so just breathe. Try to drop your shoulders down, lift up. And then we're gonna lower all the way down. And then we're gonna press up into tabletop, okay? And try to press up in one whole piece, meaning your core from your head to your tail. Try to move your torso all at once. So you just lift up onto your knees, good. And then you'll bring your knees forward so they're under your hips. Gently moving in and out of cat and cow. Okay, awesome. Okay, coming into a neutral spine. Right leg is going to reach back behind us, toes down, heel up. Okay, we're going to take this right leg, the straight leg. We're going to cross it over to the left. Okay, so I'm crossing it behind my left leg. I'm going to hug my knees in. Okay, I'm going to untuck my toes so that I can press back into like this little twisted child's pose. Okay, and then again, I'm going to kind of change up the angle here so you can kind of see my right leg's back. I cross it over to the left. I hug my knees in, and then I untuck my toes so I can shift back into like a little child's pose. My front knee does lift up off the mat, okay? It's just a little extra hip stretch on that outer left hip, okay? And then we're gonna shift forward, unwind the legs, and we'll switch sides, okay? Left leg reaches back, left leg crosses over to the right, hug the knees in, untuck the toes so that you can shift your hips back. And again, it's just like a kind of twisted child's pose with the right leg and on top, okay? Good. And just breathe. Good, shifting forward, unwinding your legs, okay? Coming back into that neutral tabletop, we'll tuck the toes back under, and lengthen the spine, hover the knees just a little bit, and try not to change anything in your spine. So notice if you like kind of want to rounded your spine, can you keep your spine nice and long and just hover the knees? Good, breathe here. Exhale, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal your feet out, sway your hips from side to side. Okay, good. Now we're just gonna play with our downward dog here just a little bit, okay? So have your feet move out as wide as your mat, okay? So step your left foot to the left, your right foot out to the right. So you're in this nice wide-legged downward facing dog, okay? And again, knees can still stay bent here, okay? Good, and then just breathe here. Notice, what changed. Do you feel it in your calves more? Do you feel it in your hamstrings? Maybe you feel it a lot in your shoulders. Kind of just check in, okay? And then let's walk the feet together to touch at the back of your mat. Okay, good. And then just breathe here. And again, notice anything different. Notice if anything changed, staying the same. Okay, lift your heels up, bend your knees, look up at your hands, and gently walk to the top of your mat. Okay, allow your feet to be about hip distance apart, so you can just kind of hang out here in this forward fold. Any arm variation, opposite elbows, Opposite, I almost said opposite shoulders. I guess you could do opposite shoulders. Interlace your hands, reach your arms up over your head for chest expansion. Good. Just breathe. Enjoy, different perspective, hanging upside down. Okay, awesome. And then we'll slowly release our arms wherever we're at. We'll gently come all the way up to standing, rolling up or flat back, and whatever feels good for you. Arms reach up over your head, and exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, awesome. We're going to step the feet together. Okay, we're going to move into Utkatasana chair pose. Okay, in a gentle chair, reach your arms forward, bend your knees, lower your hips back. Okay. Good. We're going to take our hands, we're going to place them onto our hips. We're going to gently float the right leg up just a little bit. Okay, so you're kind of like in a single leg chair. Okay, good. Just breathe here. Keep rolling the shoulders, lifting the chest and the heart. And then lower the right foot back down. And then we're just going to switch, lifting the left leg up. Okay, so stay in that chair pose on that right leg. Try to balance, breathe. Good, left foot lowers down. Reach those arms up over your head to straighten your legs. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Inhaling to lengthen up halfway. Okay, let's step the right leg back behind us, coming into high lunge. Okay. So even in our high lunge, we want to dip the hips, roll the shoulders, lift the chest and the heart. And when you're ready, arms can reach up over your head. Good, breathe here. Inhaling in. Exhaling, hands frame the front foot, straighten the front leg. Wide leg pyramid pose. Okay, and of course, you're always welcome to use any props under your hands here if you'd like, okay? Okay, good. We're gonna move through just, bending the knee and straightening the leg just 3 times. Okay, so we're gonna bend back into that front leg. And again, you can always choose to switch up your lunges. If you wanna come into low lunge, that's fine. You can stay and stick with high lunge. Good, just breathe. Let's stay for another inhale. Exhaling, hands lower down, straighten the front leg. Wide leg pyramid pose. Good, and then again, each time, if you want to, you can start to flex, the front foot if you'd like, if you want to go a little bit deeper in the stretch. Okay, you can keep your foot grounded. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, arms reach back up over your head again for high lunge or low lunge. Soften your shoulders. Think about squeezing your hips in towards each other, okay, so you find that stability. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, hands lower down, straighten the left leg. Wide leg pyramid pose. Okay, awesome. We're going to bend back into this left leg. Stepping back plank. Lowering down chaturanga, nice strong push up into your choice of back bend. And then we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up towards the sky. Right leg steps forward. High lunge, take your time. Dip the hips, roll the shoulders, lift the chest and the heart, arms reach up over your head when you're ready. Good, and breathe. Squeezing your hips in. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, hands frame the front foot, straighten the front leg, wide leg pyramid pose. Good, and then we've got these, lunges to wide leg pyramid pose 3 times, okay? So again, you can change it up for a low lunge or, half split, whatever feels best for your body, okay? So we're gonna bend back into this right knee. Arms will reach up over your head. Back knee can be lifted or grounded. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, hands frame the front foot, flex through the front foot if that feels good. Getting a little extra stretch. Good, stay for the inhale. Exhaling, right knee bends, arms reach up over your head. High lunge, it's the third round. Softening the shoulders, feeling a little bit more balanced, feeling strength in the legs. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, hands frame the front foot, straighten the front leg. Wide leg pyramid pose. Front leg bends, stepping back, plank pose. Chaturanga, push up your way. Back bend your way. Downward facing dog. And then just pause here in your downward facing dog. Just breathe. Okay. Inhaling, looking up at your hands, traveling to the top of your mat. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to slowly rise up to come all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bending your knees, lowering your hips, and again, arms just reach forward here. Okay. Good. This time, we're going to bring our hands to our hips. Good. And we're going to practice a little bit of this internal rotation into eagle. Okay. So right leg's going to lift. Okay. And think about your knees coming together and your foot going out. Okay. Then you're going to take your knee to your chest and then wrap your right leg around your left for eagle. Good. And you can always come out of it if you need to, okay? Legs back together, feet down. Good. Same leg, right leg lifts. Knees together, heel out. Good. Knee lifts up, crosses over the left to wrap eagle. Good. Right leg lifts up. Plant your foot for that chair. Okay, last time. Right leg lifts. Knee to knee. Heel moves out. Good. Knee lifts up. Crosses up and over. Eagle. Good. Plant that right foot back down. Reach your arms forward. Stand up. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Woo! Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. Right leg steps back. High lunge. Take your time. Arms reach up over your head. Okay, good. Okay, let's ground this back foot. Okay, so we're in warrior one. Okay? Yeah, so we're just like a little warrior. Okay. Right arm underneath the left, eagle arms. Good. Good. Lift up through your chest. Maybe arch back just a little bit. Exhaling, we're going to start to bow down to the inside of that left inner thigh. Keeping the eagle arms if you like, or you can, cradle your head in your hands here as you come into this humble warrior. Good. Hug your shoulders into your knee into your shoulder. Squeeze in towards your midline. And breathe. You can always lower your hands down at any point onto the ground. You do not have to stay in the bind. Okay, we're going to unwind our arms. Keep your hands the inside of the left leg. We're going to walk to the long edge of the mat for wide leg forward fold. Okay, so hands walk to the center of the mat. You turn your left toes in. Wide leg stance, folding forward. Inhaling, lift up halfway. Exhaling, bow down. Second wide leg forward fold. Good. Inhaling, lift up halfway. Exhaling, wide leg forward fold. Good, breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, lift up halfway. We're gonna walk over to the back of our mats. We're gonna walk our hands around our right foot. Okay, take your time. Okay, we're gonna come into low lunge. Okay, so back knee lowers down. Okay. Dip the hips, roll the shoulders, lift the chest and the heart. You're gonna reach your arms up over your head, just nice and slow. Okay, good, okay. And then here's this progression. Okay, hands come to your heart center. Okay, twisting to the left. Okay, or excuse me, I'm sorry, to the right. Left elbow over your right knee. So we're twisting to the right. Okay, you can hook your left elbow, over your right leg, or you can twist up high, your choice, okay? We're going to tuck the back toes under, okay? We're gonna lift up into the twisted high lunge. So back knee lifts and twisting, okay? Think about hugging the hips in. Breathe here, okay? Look down at your right foot, the front foot, okay? And we're going to step up into twisted chair. Left leg steps forward, still twisting to the right. Breathe. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, slowly come all the way up to standing, Tadasana, mountain pose. And then exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, good. Okay, and then we're just gonna do the second side, okay? Utkatasana, chair pose. Bending the knees, lowering the hips, and again, arms just reach forward. We just want to be nice and comfortable here so we feel balanced and stable. Hands on your hips. Left leg's going to lift up. Practicing knees to knees, okay? That internal rotation, heel moves out. Left knee lifts up, crosses up and over the right for eagle. Okay. Knee lifts up, reground your feet for chair. Good. Knee lifts up. Knee to knee, heel moves out. Left knee lifts up, crossing over, eagle. Good, reground the left foot. Last one, here we go. Left knee lifts up. Knee to knee, heel moves out. Knee lifts up, crosses up and over, eagle. Left knee lifts up, reground, chair pose. Stand up. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to lengthen up halfway. Left leg steps back, high lunge. Good, arms reach up over your head. Okay, good. And then all from here, just let's take this back leg, the back heel, and ground it. And then here we are in Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. Left arm crosses under. Gadrasana arms, eagle arms. Lift the elbows, lift the chest and the heart. Humble warrior, we're gonna bow down to the inside of that right inner thigh. And again, you can keep your arms here. You can cradle your head. You can even release your arms down. Okay. Just hug your hips in towards the center. Hug that right knee into your shoulders, your shoulder into your knee. Find that stability, that balance. Good, just breathe. Keep bending into that right knee. Hands lower down. We're gonna walk that long edge of the mat. Okay, so you turn your right toes in, so you're in line with your left foot, and then wide leg forward fold. Whew. Good, inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway, so find that activation. And exhaling, fold forward, forward fold. Good, and then hang out here, press your weight into the balls of your feet. So you wanna shift your weight forward. I know it's scary. Good. Hands can move forward if you want. Hands can move through your legs. Any arm variation, really. I just want you guys to feel this really wonderful stretch through the backs of the hamstrings here. Release your arms wherever they're at. Bring them under your shoulders to lift up. We're walking back to the top of our mat, so walk your hands around the left foot. We're moving into low lunge. Back knee lowers down. Okay, arms reach up over your head. Okay, and then here's just our little progression. Okay, take your time. Hands to your heart center, twisting to the left. Okay, right elbow can come across. And again, you can have your hands to the outside of your leg. You can even come into, a nice big wide twisting. Okay, it does not have to be the deepest expression. Okay, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up. Twisting, lunge, breathe. Good. Hugging those hips in. Look down at the left foot. Stepping forward, chair pose, twisting to the left. Keeping the hips square, bumping that right knee back so it's in line with the left. Good, unwind, arms reach up over your head, Tadasana, mountain pose. And exhaling, hands at your heart center. Whew. Nice flow, everyone. Okay, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Lift up halfway. And take your time stepping back, downward dog your way. Okay? Any vinyasas, you can skip them. Maybe you hang out in your back bend. Child's pose is always an option. Good, nice full deep breath. So let's stay for the inhale. Exhaling, looking up at your hands, gently traveling to the top of the mat. Lengthening up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling to slowly rise up to come up to standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay. Soft chair pose. Okay, just Utkatasana chair pose. Again, just be gentle. Gentle joints here. Make this chair feel good. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. This time, left leg is going to step back. Okay, high lunge. Take your time. Okay, dip the hips, roll the shoulders. Arms will reach up over your head. And breathe. Good. Inhale in. Exhaling, hands frame the front foot, straighten the right leg, wide leg pyramid pose. And again, if you want to flex through that front foot, you're welcome to flex the toes up towards the sky. We're going to bend back into this right leg, stepping back, downward dog your way. Left leg lifts up towards the sky. Left leg steps forward, high lunge. Dip the hips, roll the shoulders, reach your arms up over your head when you're ready. Okay, so just finishing out the full vinyasa. Okay, that full finishing flow. Good, hands frame that front foot, straighten the front leg. And again, if you want to flex through the toes, awesome, go for it. Good, we're gonna bend back into that front leg. And again, stepping back, downward dog your way. Okay, great. We'll move into pigeon pose on the right side. Okay, so right knee towards your right wrist, lowering down onto your shin, gently bumping your hips back. Okay, good. Using any props you'd like to use, and then gently just folding forward right away here in your pigeon. Good. Okay, so especially after all of that stability work, okay, that was a lot, right? Like going into eagle pose and, that internal rotation, balancing. Okay, that's a lot of work and stabilizing our hips. That pigeon should feel pretty good here in this nice release, okay? So go back to your breath. Tune back in, like how are you breathing? What's the quality of your breath? Do you feel like you created a lot of heat? Do things still feel stuck? Can you soften your shoulders and your chest a little bit more? Soften your face. Can you relax your tongue? Slowly start to walk your hands under your shoulders. We're going to gently sit over to the right. Again, just be really mindful of this back leg. It's your back knee especially, okay? So you're just going to lean to the right, swing your left leg around. Ooh, okay. And then go to have your left leg straight forward here. Take your right leg, the right knee. Okay, we're going to point it up towards the sky. We're going to cross the right foot over the left leg. Okay, we'll twist first here. And again, any version, right hand reaches back, left arm can hug in, or left elbow towards your knee to lift up and press into your knee, knee into elbow, elbow into knee to twist. Okay, good. Flex strongly through that straight leg, the left leg. And notice if you're like leaning to the right arm, can you lift maybe up on your fingertips on that right arm? Can you sit upright? And really just using the hand to help assist you to twist just a little bit deeper. Good. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling gently, look forward to release. Okay, and we just did pigeon pose on the right side. Okay, and we're gonna keep with the right leg on top here. Okay, so I'm gonna walk my right foot to the left so that, you know, my inner thighs come in, they're squeezing in, I can soften my knee down here. And you can reach forward, okay? This is the pose. If you wanna go deeper into the hip stretch, you will bend, you'll lean to the left to bend the left leg under, okay? And then you'll sit up nice and tall here with your knees stacked, okay? And again, I'll kind of switch up my view here. So we went from twisting, walk your foot out, soften the knee, hold forward, or you can lean, bend your knee in, good to sit down. And then, you know, don't worry if your right glute is on the ground or not. You can always sit on a block or, you know, slide blankets, hoodies, anything underneath it here. And you can sit upright, you can reach forward. Good. And just breathe. Little double hip action here. Good. And I wanted to stick with the same side just so we can really feel the difference in the second stretch. Really think about hugging your hamstrings in, like squeezing your hips in, just like we did with all that balancing work we did earlier, right? We want to really think about actively squeezing our hips in, our hamstrings in. Yes, we're not always relying on flexibility. We want to use some strength. We may even get to go a little bit deeper in that way when we activate muscles. So it's like this nice active stretching instead of just like dumping into your joints or relaxing into your joints. Want to find a little bit of resistance. Okay, and then we're gonna get real fancy, okay? We're gonna come on up, okay? This top leg, the right leg, okay, we're gonna slowly lean over to the left, and we're just gonna swing the right leg around so it's on top of the left, just like we did, when we were doing our hip, all of the hip exercises. But this time, we're just going to do a little mermaid stretch to the right, okay? So you can grab your your shin with your right hand, or you can reach towards the mat. We're just gonna reach this left arm up and over for a nice little rainbow mermaid stretch. Good, yeah, and you can always, kind of grab your knees or your shins, whatever feels good. Good. Ooh, this feels so nice. All right, and then we'll rise on up, and we'll just, kind of do a little swirl here to lift back up into downward dog. And we'll move into pigeon pose on the left side, left knee towards your left wrist. Good, lowering down onto your shin, walking that right leg back so your hips have somewhere to go. And again, take your time getting cozy. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit. So any, variations or versions you did of your pigeon, do it. Let it feel good. Okay, move around, get adjusted. And it's really like starting all over again, right? That right hip probably feels like nice and open, double whammy with the hip openers. And, now we get to start all over fresh and new on this left side. So just be patient as the left side begins to open up. And it may need something different than the right side, okay? So really, this hour, this time is really for yourself to check in. Check in with this left side. How did it show up in pigeon pose today? Did your breathing change? Can you begin to soften your shoulders, your neck, your face, your jaw, your brow? Soften your tongue. Good. We're just going to stay for about 30 more seconds on this left side. So we can really check in with your breathing. What can you do more of? What can you do less of? And start to walk your hands under your shoulders to lift up. Again, move slow, okay? There's no rush at all, okay? We're gonna lean to the left, gently bring this back leg around, watch out for your knee. Okay, right leg reaches forward, left knee points up towards the sky, left foot crosses over, twisting towards your knee, okay? Left hand reaches back, right arm reaches around, sitting up nice and tall, and then flexing strong through this straight leg, your right foot. Good. And again, just check in. Are you leaning into this back arm? Can you lift up and out of your hand? Maybe lift up onto your fingertips. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, look forward to release. Okay. Left foot walks to the right. So soften the knee down. Good. And then again, you can stay here in a little hip hamstring stretch, or you can lean to the right to bend your right leg under you, bringing the knees on top of each other. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, or folding forward. Again, your choice. You can kind of move a little bit in and out of both if you'd like. Okay. And again, right, are you letting your legs relax? Can you find a little bit of activation by hugging, your hamstring, your sitting bones, your butt bones in, squeezing your inner thighs in towards one another? Does that change the stretch? Can you find a little happy medium of that resistance and stretching? Just a few more moments here. This side is really intense for me today. This left side is just like all locked up. Okay, so just breathe through it. Just a few more rounds of breath. Okay, good. And then we'll come into our little mermaid stretch. Okay, so we'll rise on up. We'll take this top leg and we'll just gently swing it over as we lean to the right. So we stack our knees. And then go ahead and grab your left shin, or you can reach this left hand out as you reach the right arm up and over. Side body stretch. Wonderful. Inhale in. Exhaling, gently release. Okay, and then we'll just bring our legs out in front of us. Okay, give your legs a little shake here. Legs do not have to be together. They can be shoulder width apart, or as wide as your mat also. Okay, we're just gonna fold forward, just nice and gentle here. Okay, grabbing your ankles, your pants. Okay, maybe grab your toes. Okay, don't worry too much about it. I just want you to get this nice little hamstring stretch here. And when you're ready, and again, there's no rush at all. We're literally just going to make our way onto our backs. Okay, so you can roll up to roll back. You can roll all the way down. Take your time, just making your way onto your backs. I'm going to give myself one last little hug here, but again, it's totally optional. You can also move into a happy baby pose if you'd like, but just give yourself a hug, give yourself a squeeze, and we're going to make our way into Shavasana. And actually, I'm going to bring my props back in for this. And I'm going to use them actually under my knees. Okay, so again, you may have your bedroom pillow that you want to use. You can slide that under your knees. I'm just going to slide a block under each knee. So my knees are lifted, so I have a slight bend in my knees. My legs are, nice and wide here. I'm going to let my legs relax, give them a little wag out. Arms move to the sides, palms face up, or hands can be on your ribs. And just take a moment to find this neutral position, this resting position, letting your body and your mind catch up with each other. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. Just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, shifting your head from side to side. You can make circles with your wrists and with your ankles. And when you're ready, you can stretch your arms up over your head. Bend your knees and gently just make your way onto your side. And using your arms and your legs to help you come on up to a seated position. Just sit up nice and tall. Good, roll your shoulders back. Bringing your hands together at your heart center. Let's just end with a nice big breath together, okay? So inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. So just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste.